just a little target market teaching for everyone. So to start with, target market, I'm not so worried if it is a woman who's 32 with 5 kids and goes to a corporate job. Like, we don't care about that. But in general, target market, if we come and kind of rip up what we think about it, to me, I just am looking at pain points and desired outcomes, where they are now, where they want to be. And we'll use the example, because there's a few ways to look at this, of menopause. It might be that if Kaylee's ideal client walked into a pharmacy today, she picks up the weight loss tablet because that's what she thinks is the issue. So Kaylee could go weight loss for women in their 40s and 50s, for example. And yes, when they come in, it might actually be a menopause conversation. They might not even know to have that conversation. It's actually someone I met in America a few years ago. And she has this clinic doing bioidentical hormones. But a lot of the stories in there are women who come in thinking it's, yeah, I just can't lose weight, or I just can't sleep. And they have no concept that they might be in early menopause or, different things like that. So we need to look at what people are looking for, not what we know. Doesn't mean we can't do menopause, just so for everyone. For example, is your client going into the pharmacy and going, oh, actually, yeah, I think I'm going through menopause. I need the menopause tablet, or the woman's hormonal balance tablet, or, what are they looking for? Because that's what they'll buy. What are they Googling? Now, weight loss is always the easy one to explain this about, because it's pretty simple. Someone wants weight loss, even if they know it's about their emotions, even if they know there's stress going on, they're still kind of looking for that outcome. They want to lose weight. They want to fit the jeans. Energy is a good one. They want to run around with the kids, or they want to not fall asleep at their desk. They want to perform better, all that kind of thing. But I'm going to give you a tangible example. Earlier this year, I had some health issues going on, and it took me till only a couple of months ago to get a whole lot of blood tests, which led me to 2 things. One was a particular gene that I have that, or don't have, I think is actually the case. And once I had that diagnosis, I'm on Google typing in the name of the gene. The next day, in fact, I booked in with the clinic that specializes in that before the doctors gave me the blood test results, because I knew why they were holding it back from me. It's like, that's the only reason they would do it. And I'd already Googled, I'd already watched a webinar on this gene, and I'd already booked in, or I was on the wait list. Part of that conversation for me, once I got in to see the specialist naturopath, part of the work that I did with the naturopath and the blood tests helped me see that I have a massive histamine intolerance. And for all the study I've done, for all the, I swear that I was never ever going to be on another tight diet in my life again. I felt like I'd done that phase, but here we are again. And for all I know, I've got even my naturopath next to me. All of a sudden, I'm given this extremely strict diet and diagnosis. And so what do? I go to Google. Do you think that I can find anyone who specializes in histamine intolerance? There's one lady. One lady. She's a health coach / nutritionist who specializes in histamine intolerance. And I've watched her marketing very closely for my own reasons and for all of you. It doesn't have to be complex, but I follow her, and I still to this day, I mean, it's been a few months now, I haven't purchased from her because I do have my naturopath plan, but I watched her webinar and I wanted her to offer something different, and she didn't. So if she had have, I probably would have purchased if she had an online course or something like that. Even if I knew what she was saying, it's a pain point for me now. So actually, I've purchased 2 of her ebooks, the recipes, because how the hell do you cook with this food? She's spot on. It might sound 101 for all of you who have done health coaching training, but her articles, her email sequences that I was getting were how to eat out with a histamine intolerance. It's really, really hard. I did it for 7 weeks, 3 meals a day. I happened to get the diagnosis not long before I went traveling, and it was hard. She knew that. She writes articles on what to do if your family doesn't believe in your diagnosis. What to do if you're starting to feel socially that you'd rather stay home than go out and deal with it. But then also she does things on, what supplements you can and can't take for histamine, what food you can and can't take. Like, I've visited her food list a million times, even though my naturopath gave me one. I'm looking for a specific pain point and help to get a solution. So does everyone see what I'm saying? We can be so scared to niche down, and we will all have to dance with this a little bit. I do think you can niche too tightly. And for all of you, I want you getting clients and getting in the game sooner rather than later. So if we need to go a bit broader, like if anyone's stuck, just go with weight loss, but let's do the exercises for a few weeks and see how we go. But I just wanted to give you that example of, for all the training I've done, for all the nutrition books I've read, for all the specialists I've seen over the years, for my adrenal fatigue, etc. Someone gave me a diagnosis of histamine intolerance, or before that, it was the MTHFR gene, which is the one that I discovered. Like, both of those, I found specialists in those. And just to confuse you all, what if we rewound 4 months earlier? I started having one day when I was driving, what kicked all this off is I had an anxiety attack, we don't know, while I was driving. We don't know what it was, but I was driving and started blacking out. At that stage, with my parents in the car, it was delightful. At that stage, I would not have been looking for histamine or MTHFR. So I need you to see that as well. I possibly would have been looking for fatigue, because it's been an ongoing issue for me. I would have always been looking for energy pieces. Earlier in the year, in hindsight, it was a weight thing for me as well. 5 kilos fell off when I stopped histamine, by the way, after not being able to lose anything for the last couple of years. It's just a bit of a health coach thing, for us to all look at. But I would have been looking more for those topics, actually. So this is where we need to actually get to know our target market. And there's a mirror back to Kaylee here. Is this a woman who knows she's in menopause? In which case, double down on it because they're Googling it, they're looking for it. Or is this a woman who's in her 40s and struggling with energy, weight, for example, and you could still bring in the specialty under it? So for everyone's sake, there's 2 ways of looking at it. What feels true to you for now?
This coaching corner was a snippet of a laser coaching session in my Upswing Mastermind program, the ultimate 6-month business experience where I support new health coaches to build their clients, cash flow, and confidence. To help you get started right away with your own health coaching business, I've put together a free Healthy Wealthy Biz ebook. This is packed with 10 case studies of wellness entrepreneurs who made a great living in their first 6 to 12 months in business. Download the ebook now for expert marketing tips and to find out how they did it so you can do the same. I've dropped the link below this video. If you found this Coaching Corner video useful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment. I love to hear your thoughts and takeaways. Thanks so much for watching this episode, beautiful. I will see you next time.